Hey guys, Faisal here. Welcome back to another video of making a mobile app using React Native and Expo. So in the previous episode we went ahead and structured our code with the skeleton and template we need to actually bring in our inputs and display our to-dos. In this episode we're going to go ahead and do the styling so it looks nice, looks pretty, and you can actually see this input bar, the text input, and also the buttons and the flat list as well. So let's scroll down, and our main priority today is going to be the style sheets. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and start bringing in a bunch of styles. So one style we're going to need is the to-do input container. So this is for the view of the to-do input, and this is how we're going to make our blue button side by side with the text input. So here we'll do display flex, and then we'll do flex direction is row. So display flex is it allows us to control the items within that container either in a row style or column style, and by default it's in column style, but we're changing it to row. So instead of each of the items being above each other, they'll be side by side. So to do input, let's apply this to our view just so we can see that in real time. To style is equal to styles dot to do input container, and this plus button should go to, so there's the plus button, and the text input is no longer clickable because it doesn't have a width, but that's fine. Let's continue with the styles and you'll see as we go along. So now we're going to give a width of 100% to the container, and then we're going to do border radius 100 and margin bottom of 20. So the width of 100% just means take up the available space in the x-axis in the width. Border radius 100 is going to give us our rounded rectangle, right, kind of like a cylindrical sphere almost. And then the margin bottom will provide some spacing from the bottom of the text input. And the next thing we're going to bring in is our to-do input styles, right, for the actual text input. And here let's apply this to the text input so we can see in real time as we're styling it. So to style is equal to styles.to-do input. And here let's do background color is hashtag F5 F5 F5, so it's slightly off white. And now you can see the text input is right there, little white line. And then let's do border color. For now will also be F5 F5 F5. And then padding horizontal is 12, padding vertical is 5. So the padding for the left and right will be 12 pixels, padding from top and bottom will be 5 pixels, so now it's a nice bigger square. And then once we've done that, let's give it a flex of 1, border top left radius of 100, and border bottom left radius of 100 as well. Now what I'm doing here is providing a border to the top left and the bottom left, and that's because that'll make it rounded. And now you can kind of see the component has stretched out, and you can see on the left it's rounded but on the right it's squared, and that's because we want to round the button on the right, top right and bottom right, to make it look like this whole component is one component even though they're two different components. And let's give an outline of 0 just in case when we click it, it might have a black border by default. Border left width 3, border top width of 3, and border bottom width of 3. So that'll give a width size to the text input. And then let's give it a height of about 40. Okay. So that is our text input there, and we can see it much more clearly and looks slightly similar to the star design I showed you in the first episode. Next, let's go ahead and create our to-do input focus style. We're not going to apply this just yet, but what this style is when we actually click the input, we're going to style the border to be a different color to make it look like we're actually on the text input. So let's do border color hashtag 4A8FCC. And then once we've done that, let's bring in our to-do button. So the to-do button is this plus symbol here on the right. We're going to stylize that one now. So we're going to give it, or I guess we'll do it in real time. Let's apply that style to the button. That'll go onto the pressable. And we do style is styles.to-do button. And then the to-do button for the styles, we'll go ahead and add background color, and we're going to give a nice blue background color. So hashtag, you can change the background color to any color you want. 4A8, so that's the same one as this to-do input focus. Let's just put that there. So now you can see a nice blue square or rectangle really. And then let's do the border color, will also be the same hex, and then border top right radius of 100, border bottom right radius also of 100. So that should round off the sides. Yeah. Then let's go ahead and give it a padding horizontal of 5 and border right width of 3, border top width of 3, misspelled right there, that's it, right, and then border bottom right, oops, sorry, not bottom right, border bottom width of 3 as well, and give it a height of 40. So now that input looks much nicer, much cleaner, and we've put two components side by side with each other. So next thing, let's go ahead and do the to-do item. So the to-do item will be for the actual item. We're not going to apply the styles yet, but let's go ahead and actually create the style. So to-do item, and we'll give it a background color of also slightly off-white, F5, F5, F5. Give it display of flex direction row, padding of 15, border radius of 4, justify content center, and align items to the center as well. Okay. And then next style is our to-do item text. So that will be for the text component of the actual to-do item. We'll do flex 1, font size of 16. The color will be our blue, or any color you choose. And then the font weight is going to be 600. So font weight of 600 is a semi bold, so it's not fully bold, but it's slightly bold. And then the next one we'll do is the item separator style, and give that a height of 15. So this item separator is just to separate the items inside of the list. So I'll show you that once we get there. And then let's do the to-do list itself. Give it a margin of about 15. And then list BG. So that is the background of the list. So let's give it a background color of RGBA 17, 17, 17, and then 0.7. So 0.7 is the opacity level. is the opacity level of the background. So we're going to do a slightly dark gray background while also being slightly transparent. Then we do margin bottom of 80 and border radius of 10. Let me hit tap play there. And then let's add one last style, and that is our no items text. So this style will be for when there are no items. So we'll give it off-white color for the text color, and then the font size will be 26, font weight of 600, and text align is center. Right, so we want to center the text. So that is all the styles. Now we brought in a few styles for some components that doesn't exist yet, so let's go ahead and quickly create those components. So the first one is our item component, and we need to create a const just above the return. We'll create a const render item method, and let's pull item like that, and let's go ahead and do that. Yep, so inside of here we're going to have our item, so do a touchable without feedback, and then do a view. This view will take our to do item style, so style is equal to do styles dot to do item, and then let's add a text, and inside of the text we're just going to put in item dot to do, and then for the style we'll give it the styles dot to do item text style, and just under that we want to go ahead and add a pressable. So this pressable will be our delete button for we want to remove an item, and we'll give it an ion icon and give that name is equal to trash and size equal to 24, and the color is gonna be a red color. You can pick any, but I'll go for A00500, a slightly dark red. So that's our render item component, and another component is const item separator is equal to, we'll go ahead and do view. We can self close that view, and we'll do style is equal to styles.item separator. Right, so those are a few other styles that we just added in. And then our to-do list, let's go ahead and apply a to-do list style to our view and flat list. So if we scroll up, our view here is going to take a style of list.bg, so style is equal to styles.list.bg, and our flat list, which will render our to-do items, that's going to take the style of to-do list, so styles.to-do list, just like that. And the no items text, so the no items text component, let's go ahead and also create that. So under the item separator, let's do const list empty is equal to that and this, and we want to render a text component like that, and provide that a style of styles dot no items text, and then we'll just say there are no to-dos yet, add some with the input below. And that is all the styles that we've done now for our app. So in the next episode we'll go ahead and add the actual actions that will create our to-dos and add some functionality to that. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like and subscribe. See you guys in the next episode.